Girls, it's Wednesday, May 13th. I hope you can have a wacky Wednesday today. Do something fun and see what happens. Okay, so today you're going to visit your specials. Remember, email me with any questions. Our Zoom schedule today is first with Mr. Casal from about 11 to 11:30. Since he is a guest, please sign on 10:50 so that we can start promptly at 11 o'clock. We'll meet with the whole class afterwards. Today I am meeting with a small group, 7, 10, 17, and 18. Please know you might go a little past 12 o'clock with the small group. Also, the library broadcast is available at 2:30. Boys and girls, we're starting our fantasy writing. I'm so excited. We also call it imaginative writing. So this is really exciting. Mrs. Boyer does an amazing video here for you to think about so you can generate ideas, daydream ideas. This should take about 20 minutes to jot and think about in your notebook. When you're done jotting everything, take a picture and put it in your e-learning slideshow. I'm curious to see what kind of jots you have. She explains everything in the video, so you do have to watch the whole video, which is about 5 minutes or so. You can put it in the slideshow or post on Seesaw. It's up to you. In your writing folder, I also put the slides that you need. Here is also the slides if you want to just go from here. But I just want to show you quickly when we go to our writing folder, okay, today, you're going to notice that, here, you know what, let me go to a different folder because I actually did something on that. So let's go to Camilla's folder, okay? So in Camilla's folder, she already has her persuasive folder, her persuasive writing, so she might want to combine that. We have to see Small Moment was in the fall, and she should have her biography folder. So if you don't have your biography folder, you should have one so that you can drag everything that was your biography. So for example, when she did Alexander Hamilton, drag it into your biography, okay? Just so everything that's biography will go in there. Now, you want to clean up your folders. So what you want to also make is your fantasy writing folder now, because we're starting this new genre. Okay, so now you have your fantasy folder here, and here's your first slide that I'm sharing with you, the imaginative narrative that Mrs. Boyer will go over. So what I would do is clean up. See, there's some persuasive here. Oh, and there's some poetry. So maybe you need to make a poetry folder. Okay, so this is a great way to clean up your folders. Remember, everything has a home. So when you look at this, see where it belongs here. This was for poetry, her checklist, so it's going to go into poetry. Okay, so find a place for all of your things so they have a home and you could keep everything organized. Okay, so that is for your fantasy writing, and Mrs. Boyer goes through everything. Boys and girls, remember, you're reading for 20 to 30 minutes with your book club. I have a group already ready for their book number 3, and they're going to email me with a fantasy book that they think they would like. Keep in mind, Kids Squad is fantasy, and I know a lot of groups who are reading it are loving it, so that might be something that you might want to read as well. So let me know so I can start a Padlet with you. Speaking of Padlets, today is a Padlet day. So with your Padlet, boys and girls, your Padlet should reflect 20 minutes of thinking to receive excellent participation credit. So when I'm looking at your assignments, this is what Mrs. DeGrazia does. I look like, what kind of effort is this? Little effort. Oh, okay, good effort, on track, and then wow, this is amazing effort. So there's 3 categories. So one is like a check minus, one is like a check, and one is a check plus. So I'm really looking at what kind of work I'm getting. Just like in class, boys and girls, when I push you for your best work, your best effort, that is what I'm looking for. So keep that in mind when I'm reviewing your assignments. I'm looking at your best work. So with the Padlet, this is part of it. I wrote comments on your Padlet. Some of you are repeating or reporting what your other members are saying. For example, if you have a setting that's on a farm, one person will say, on the farm, on the farm, on the farm. Did we learn anything from those Padlet posts? No, because everyone's repeating the same things. We know it's on a farm. So the second person in the book club now needs to really push themselves to think about why the author chose the setting. How does the setting affect your characters? Why is the setting so important? Just like with Stone Fox, when we had the potato farm, the author chose a potato farm for that reason, to show hard work, determination, that it's not easy to grow potatoes. There's a lot of work behind the scenes. So remember, you're pushing yourself. You're in third grade. In third grade, the book isn't going to tell us all this information. This is where you need to really stop and think deeply about why the author chose the setting. Or when you're listing problems, don't repeat the same problems over and over again. Instead, a partner should then agree or disagree or provide more text evidence to support his or her thinking. So I'm really looking for more effort with the Padlets. For some people who are just writing yes, no, I agree, that is not Padlet work, and that is not enough to get participation for your thinking and responding about your reading. You really need to push yourself. This is hard work. So I'm really looking for improvement in this area. It's getting better, but we do need those reminders because we're not in class about what my expectations are when you're thinking about your books. Okay, so boys and girls, cursive, lowercase x and v. If you need to complete these 2 pages by Friday, that's fine. But do watch these 2 videos, okay? Remember, just like in class when we skywrite and look at the correct formation and practice, push your chair in, and maybe put on classical music like we do in class. So let's look at these real fast, what you're going to complete. So X is overcurve, slant, undercurve, lift, and then slant through the middle of the letter. Okay, we have taxi, ox, axes. Ooh, there's a science word. Wax, tax, six, tuxedo, mixer, and waxy. Remember to trace the letters, okay, as you do it. And then you're going to dot your I and then put the slant in the X and cross the T last. You're going to be fluid with your writing and do all those dotted I's and slants and crossing your T's last. It's really important to find that formation of good writing position. So trace it first, then try it underneath. Trace it first, try the word underneath, trace it underneath. Okay, we also have V today. V is very similar to X. That's why we do it very close to one another. Okay, so it's overcurve, slant. Undercurve is a little bit tighter. And look, now you do a check stroke, just like you do a check stroke in W. But you are starting with a V in overcurve versus an undercurve for the W. And X, you're going to put a line through where you're not going to do that for a V. We have voice, vent, voyage, velvet, vowel, viper, flavor, heavy, and hive. Have fun with this. I think cursive is one of my favorite things to do. Okay, so subtraction from meters. Miss Luciano does this video, and she really reminds you about those mental math strategies. It's about 13 minutes long, so please watch the whole video. It's very important. It might seem simple sometimes with the converting, but her mental math strategies are really great ways for us to really think about our numbers and how we can convert and think about numbers and groupings differently, to group 10 or group 100. So please watch that so you can remember all of the different mental strategies, the mental math strategies we've done throughout the year. And you will complete workbook page 177. Miss Luciana goes through that, so I'm not going to open the page. She explains everything. So you have the copy and paste option and the print option. If you want more math challenge, continue IXL, okay? You can look at A through R or W through Z. I would practice place value, fractions. Fractions a big area that you should probably review. Remember, reviewing and keeping these skills sharp in your mind is super important. Here's a daily math challenge that you can try. Kakuma, we all know. Reflex math, some of us are still finishing up. The mobile puzzles, I can go over this with you, but give it a try. It's a lot of fun. I think most of you will be able to figure it out on your own. They start off easy and then it gets harder and harder. You did a great job with your primary sources last night. So some of you do need to look at your assignments that were sent back to you. So just make sure you do that and then resubmit it. But today, Mrs. Mangan has a really fun activity for us. She made a video to explain it. We are going to use primary source task cards and make a guess whether it's primary or secondary. And there's a recording sheet, and you're going to check your answers using a QR code using your smartphone or iPad camera. And Miss Mangan explains all of this in her video. You will share your recording sheet today either through your e-learning slideshow by copying and pasting or taking a picture and inserting it into your slideshow or Seesaw. The choice is yours. So what's important here, what I want to show you, is that the task cards and recording sheet for the copy and paste option give you a lot of hints. So if you don't use this, just take a peek to look at the hints, okay? So your task recording sheet, we're going to complete 1 through 16 today, right? You're going to have 16 cards to look at. And you're going to write either A or B and then check using your QR code at the end. Okay, so here are the hints in the green. Also, memoir. If you don't know what a memoir, Mrs. Mangan put in a little hint for you to understand what that is. And modern day versus analysis, here's another hint. So check out, even if you don't do the copy and paste option, check it out because it does give you those hints where if you look at the print option, we don't have those hints, okay? They just give you the task cards to look at and notice the QR code is there and then the recording sheet is separate, all right, for the print. All right, and that you're going to do 1 through 16, you putting A or B and checking your answer. Okay, so the video really explains that in more detail, so you'll understand it even better after my explanation and Mrs. Mangan's explanation. All right, smart fact, boys and girls, Mozart, only 11 years old he was when he wrote his first opera. So we were saying the Book of Henry, Gifted, and Little Man Tate are great movies where you can see child prodigies who struggle with their gifts. So these might be great movies for your next family movie night. Okay, by the end of today, your cursive can be either under Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So just print and practice them and put them in your slides by Friday. ELA book clubs, 20 to 30 minutes a night. You're supposed to be talking to your book club members to see what you're reading each night. Tonight is Padlet night or Padlet day. I would like you to do it in the day. It's Wednesday. Remember to put your initials and date and really think about those deep jots. And also, let's see, fantasy writing. You're going to watch your intro video, jot down wonders, questions, and ideas, and then share those ideas with me on e-learning slides or if you want to put it on Seesaw. Math, watch the math video, complete workbook page 177, and there's some challenge games and opportunities that you can take advantage of. And everyone else who needs to finish reflex math, please do that and push yourself to finish. And last, social studies. You're going to watch the lesson on primary and secondary sources. In your social studies folder, I sent you task cards and the recording sheet, even though they're already in the blog. Answer cards 1 through 16. Record your answers in your recording sheet. Check your answers using the QR code. Post your recording sheet on Seesaw or the slides. And of course, review your work since Monday. Make sure you're making your corrections just like we do in class because we learn from our mistakes. And complete all your assignments so you don't have to do it for the weekend. All right, so complete all your assignments and you'll have a nice weekend and not worry about the work piling up because we do give you work every day, so it will only pile up every time you miss an assignment. Okay, boys and girls, I will see you at 11. Please sign on at 10:50, and I can't wait to see you. I'll talk to you soon.